Would you say this has been a big year for growth in the Wildwoods? And what reasons would you attribute that to?
Well, I would say that every year in every town, the last 3, 4, 5 years now has had tremendous growth. When it comes to your price points, and pricing and equity in property, whether it's the Wildwoods, Sea Isle, Ocean City, Stone Harbor and Avalon, Cape May, even offshore, Lower Township, Cape May Courthouse, Upper Township, Summers Point, we have all seen tremendous growth over the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, in the market here in South Jersey, here at the Jersey Shore. I would say that well, the number one factor in there is simple economics, supply and demand. There's not enough product for people to buy, and when that happens, price just goes up because there's still a demand for it. There's just not a lot of product for people to buy. So in essence, you just start getting prices and stuff to go up.
And would you say among all of the towns that you guys service, that the Wildwoods is still the cheapest price point? Or most affordable, I guess I should say.
I don't think it's fair to use, cheapest or most affordable. I'll be very blunt. I don't. All the shore towns are high priced.
Yeah.
I can go to North Wildwood and I can go purchase property for $2.5 million. I can go to Ocean City and I can purchase property for $2.5 million. I can go to Cape May and I can purchase property for $2.5 million. I mean, every single shore town I can go to and I can purchase a property for $2.5 million. I can purchase a property for $800,000. It does just kind of depend on what you're looking for. So I think that's sort of that's probably an old mindset.
Yeah. What is the lowest entry point that you've seen in the past year?
Lowest entry point are efficiencies and small 1 bedroom, 350 square feet, potentially seasonal, and 185, $200,000.
So it does still exist if someone was just living on their own. They wanted a tiny hole in the wall.
Yeah, you're getting a tiny hole in the wall. I mean, 350 square feet is not a big. There's not. I mean, someone that lives in New York City might be like, "Oh my God, like that's the Taj Mahal." But it's 350 square feet. You're pretty much in an efficiency. Your kitchen's in your bedroom. Your bedroom's in your kitchen. Right. That's that 200,000. They're there. There are some there. They're condos. But they're tiny.
Well, and they might be 400,000 in a couple of years, right?
They could be. Yeah. I don't know if 200 would go to 400, but yeah, I mean, 225, 250. Yeah. If you have a 5, 6, 7% appreciation every single year, yeah. You hang on to it 4 or 5 years, and all of a sudden it's $230,000, $240,000. Sure. Yeah.
Everyone needs a starting point, right?
Everyone needs a starting point. And I think that, goodness gracious, I mean, I think back in 99, first property I bought, 1999, it was a starting point, and it just became okay. I'm going to start here, and every year work my way up to get closer and closer to the beach. And I didn't start beach block. I mean,
yeah. When you're obviously everyone wants to find a good deal.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
What do you advise to a buyer who is never able to close because they're always just looking for a better deal?
Oof. What would I say to a buyer that's always looking for a new deal? A good deal. Look, I think at the end of the day, you always have to have reality. If what do they say with, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result. If the idea is for you to get a good deal, more so than you getting the property, then yeah, you need to make sure that you have a mindset of you're going to have disappointment. Because, look, I said this before, whether it's a good deal, or maybe you're looking for a fixer-upper, or a flip, or, you're looking at a price point that you are very handy. You are good with sheetrock, mudding, painting, electric, carpentry. Like, that's what you do. And so you can get in and you can do that. And most of the costs to fix up the property are going to be, your blood, sweat, and tears into the property. You're still not alone. You're not the only person that's looking for that, And then you have, on top of that, you have the people that, and I'll use this word, that are professionals at doing that. That's what they do. They flip property. So they're coming in with cash, bam, bam, and they're coming in there. And if you're always looking for the lowest price, then more often than not, you're going to be disappointed because you're not the only person that's putting a bid in on that property. You're just not. Yeah. And someone has to lose. Two people can't own the house. So
there's like the timing the market versus timing the market too. It's like if you're waiting for the market to drop.
Yeah, we used to say, like, if you're waiting for the bottom of the market, you've missed the bottom of the market. If you're waiting for the top of the market, you've missed the top of the market. I would say that, one of the most common questions I have today when dealing with sellers is, the old, how's the market? Oh, so you're thinking about selling? No, I just look at, how's the market? And it's like, okay, I know what the market is today. I don't know what the market's going to be in 6 months. I don't know what the market's going to be like in a year from now. You can forecast, you can speculate, and that can be a tricky thing to do. We just know we know what the market is today.